Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you from our friends at Crafter's Companion these Gemini Create a Card cutting dies. Most of them are edger dies, but we also have a special one that's a butterfly that I'm going to show you. I can't wait to show you what my friend Debbie and I did with these, so come play with us. All right, so I am back with this first edger die. This one is called Splendid Sunflowers. I'm going to show you how this works. This is a 6-inch long die, so this will fit in your smaller format die cutting machines like the Big Shot or the Gemini Junior, but it is a little bit of a tight fit. So I wanted to show you a couple different ways to cut these so that anybody can use them with any size machine. So what I did first of all is I used this on a 6x6 card, and I die cut my image from black cardstock. And then I covered my card with yellow gingham this is gingham number 1 6x6 papers, and it just fits perfectly on a 6x6 card. And then in the little corner here, I added one of these Dazzle stickers from Weird Together. They come in 2 sheets, and they're just wonderful collection. One of my favorite sentiments for Dazzles. And I just did the little hello friend. And then from yellow cardstock, I die cut this really loopy, cute little loopy border right here. And I glued that right down the center right there. Now there are a couple of different ways that you can glue the dies to your card front. You can use things like Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which is our favorite glue. Or you can use things like Sticky Specs, which I've got in my pile of stuff here. Somewhere. I'll show them to you in a minute when I get to that. But Sticky Specs are wonderful to use with cutting dies, and I'll demonstrate that. So once I got that done and everything glued on there, I want to show you if you're using a 6x6 format, which as I said, these are 6 inches tall, so by 3.6 inches wide, so it shouldn't have any trouble getting through. But if you do find it's a little tricky, you can, number one, do what I did here, and you can just put it through your machine like this. No problem. It's a little over 3.5 inches wide, so it'll get through just no problem. But what if you want to cut it from your entire card? Okay, so what I mean by that is, grab this here. What if you want it to look like this? So you've cut it from the card edge. Okay, how would you do that? So you would open up your card, okay, and you would lay that flat. Bring a flat card? Yes, I did. Here we go. So you would open up your card, and you would want to lay this flat. So I'm actually recycling a card here. Here you go. And you would place it right here, even with the card fold, just like this. I like to use a little low-tack tape and stick it right here. You could use some washi tape too. And then you're just going to, this card is 6 inches long, and you would just run it through your machine like that. But what if it's just a little bit too tight of a fit? So here's what you can do. You can actually take that card and you can cut it to like a 1/2 inch to the left of the fold. Okay, so just cut away this part of the card. So this is what you've got right here. Okay, you're going to save that. And then you're going to take that and you're going to put your die right here. Okay, the fold is right here. And you're going to run it through your machine. Okay, so you can still have it go through this way and kind of fold this up. Okay, you can run it through your machine. And then you can just take this, which is now going to look like this. Sorry, I have too many pieces on my desk. It's going to look like this. Okay, and then you can just glue this to the back of your card. All right, so it's still going to fit. It's going to work great. And it has no problem getting through the machine. So as I said, some of them were a little tight on that 6 inches to pass through my Big Shot machine. So I wanted to give you some options there. All right. So that's our first edger. Now we've got the rose edger here. All right, now this is a little bit different. It's actually a framed card, so it's not technically an edger. It's all framed in like this, okay? And Debbie made this one. She actually die cut the image using metallics gold paper. So it's a 12 by 12 sheet. All right, and then she die cut it again from red cardstock and then just trimmed away the excess around that, and then she glued it right over the top of the gold. And then she die cut it again from a pastel green cardstock. And then she just took all those little innie pieces that are inside your die, like these pieces right here, and she just glued those right back in those little holes. Okay, and it turned out really striking. I just love how this turned out. And then for her little greeting here, she added tiny words and phrases, dazzle stickers. They come in a set just like this, okay? And "You're the best" was from the black sheet right here. So, great card. Okay, and then, oh, here's another fantastic one that Debbie made right here. So this one is using the birthday party, and this is back to the edger type die. Oops. And she actually cut this from this great holographic paper that we have. This is purple circle holographic paper. It's really wild stuff. But you can see when she die cut that, she cut the paper to the same size as her card, okay? And then she die cut that just like this, moved it over a little bit, and then it's a little bit larger. So this is a 6-inch wide card. So she just took her little scissors, clip, clip, and was able to cut away the rest of that. All right, so she used, to make this fit through her machine, this particular die is actually, she used a 6.5-inch wide card. So this is a good example of how to, if you don't have a 9-inch wide platform, how do you get the 6.5-inch wide card through? Well, she just cut down her paper to 6.5 inches wide right here. So it's like this big. She cut her paper, and then she just put that holographic paper through her machine horizontally, okay? And then she just glued it to the front of a card like that. And then look, she didn't want to take the time to paint, pick all those little pieces and glue them down like this. So she actually took some cardstock, some pastel cardstock, which I'm going to show you right here. And she actually just glued that. It's great stuff. She actually just glued that little pieces behind so that she had that paper piece look. But then you don't want like that to show. So what do you do now? So you just take a piece of white cardstock the same, and then you just glue this whole thing to that, so that when you open your card, it's all nice. And she used those same little tiny words and phrases, dazzle stickers, right there in the black on that little corner. So I was gonna show you about the sticky specs. So here are the sticky spec sheets, okay? They come 4 sheets to a package here. So for this, you would just take this whole sheet. Got some other little sticky things stuck on it here. All right, and you're just going to do this. All right, now this part's a little tricky. You have to be careful when you're pulling this up. Fortunately, this holographic paper is really sturdy stuff. Okay, it also helps to use maybe an X-Acto knife or a little pokey tool to lift this up. But I'm just using my fingers, so they're gonna get a little sticky. All right, so there we go. So now I'm just gonna put this piece of cardstock right here, align it with my card edges. I'm just going to do this because I've made a sticker out of that back of my card. There we go. So now the inside is all nice and clean, and all of that little paper piecing you did on the back is all covered up. There you go. Great use for sticky specs. Right, so now I wanted to show you this butterfly, which is similar to the rose. It's got two pieces, so it's got this outer piece right here. Ooh, I've still got some sticky specks on me. Gotta get these off. Wipe them off with my little cloth here. All right, so for the rose, for the butterfly, I used, here we go, some foam tape and some hammered gold paper. So here we go. Here's the hammered gold specialty paper, one of my favorites. And then I also used for the background, this is new. This is a new paper pack. This is patterned cardstock flowing ink. Beautiful stuff. I used the 12 by 12. For my background, I covered my card. Let me see, which one did I use here? This one right here. I put sort of the light edge going down to the bottom. And then I also took some paper and I glued it right behind just the butterfly. So how did that work? Let me show you. This is what it looks like when you die cut it from hammered gold. Okay. Move everything out of the way here. Right, and then I just cut some paper down to size like this, and I want to glue it to the back here of just the wings, all right? So I do this, of course, before I'm gluing it down on my card front. So you can do this in one of two ways. You can use the Cosmic Shimmer glue, and you can put some glue on the back of that, but it's a really fine filigree, so I recommend using the sticky specs again. So we're gonna go ahead and get our little sheet here. And this is a really good use for this again. So we're just putting one side of the wing on at a time. Once again, it would be good to use a little pokey tool or an X-Acto knife so you're not getting it all over your fingers. We're just kind of winging it here. Winging it. Oh. All right, so now we're going to take a little bit of that flowing ink paper, cardstock rather. I'm having trouble remembering that we've sort of upgraded all of our new papers to patterned cardstock. Okay, so you see what I've got going on here. Now I'm going to take my little mini scissors. Go. And I'm going to start by cutting away. You want to make sure all of this part, get your hand over that, okay? And you're just going to cut it really close to that hammered gold paper. Get that out of the way. Okay, once again, making sure I'm protecting that. And I'm just going to go around like this. And you see what I'm doing? I'm just cutting. Also see how I'm not moving my scissors. I'm just moving the paper. It's a way to actually cut very quickly. Takes a little bit of practice. All right, so that's how you're going to do that. So once you get this cut away, you do the same thing with the other side. You've covered your card already. You're going to put sticky specks here and here, and then you're just going to set that right down. And then we've got some beautiful little Dazzle stickers. Here we go. Where are they? There we go. These are thin line, colorful thin line Dazzle stickers, and I just used some purple ones. Here we go, right there. And just did a line right here, and then I also used those little tiny words and phrases, Dazzle stickers in gold, and then my card was done. Oh, I should mention, added little bits of foam tape right under the wings so that they just really had a little bit of lift there. All right, last one. This last card, I used the Elegant Butterflies die. Once again, this is an edger. Here it is, whoops, right here. And for this, I actually cut this out of watercolor paper. It comes in packs like this. So I just used it like regular paper, die cut that, and you can see with this one, these wings are just gorgeous. And then I colored this, isn't that pretty? I colored this with some Pixie Sparkles, and I used Zesty Lime, Teal Marine, and Beyond Blue. And if you've never used these before, lots of fun. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's going to be messy, so we're going to move some stuff out of the way here. I also used some Happy Birthday Dazzle stickers. These are 96 Happy Birthday Dazzle stickers. And I used them in the gold. They're in here somewhere. There we go. And I also used some teal Jewel Dazzle stickers. Okay, and I used those to put those on here. I actually used this little jewel picker. It's got two ends, they're kind of tacky. And what I did is I wanted to use these tiny, there's 3 sizes of little stickers here. You just place this tacky end on one of the stickers. I like to just stir it a little bit, so now it's stuck. And then you can just drop it right on there and it's going to stick nicely. Okay, so let's try that again. Steve, can we do a little close-up here? So we're going to just place this jewel picker right here. I'm stirring it a little bit. Here we go. It's already on there. And then I can just bang, drop it down wherever I want. And it works just like that. All right, thanks, Steve. We can zoom back out again. All right, so I'm going to show you how to use these, but I'm going to, these Pixie Sparkles, but I'm going to need a craft mat because these get pretty messy. So what we're going to do is, remember this is from watercolor paper because this is going to get pretty wet. We're going to use these Pixie Sparkles, and we're also going to use a mister with some water. We're going to also use a scrap of paper, okay? Because when we start doing this, we don't want to get all the colors. We want to put just one color of blue on the butterflies, and we don't necessarily want to get it on everything else. So we're going to kind of mask it a little bit. So I'm just going to do the large butterfly here, and I put this right here. Okay. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mist this with just a little bit of water and a mister. Okay, I like to do that so my sparkles don't go everywhere. I'm going to start with the Zesty Lime. And I like to put this on the little the leaves. Just a little puff. Oops, that's too much. All right, just like this. And then I can also put some here. There's a little bit of embossing on this. And we want to just highlight that with a little bit of the green. So I'm going to go ahead and mist this. All right. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some, here we go. This is the Teal Marine. And I'm doing the lighter colors first. So if I get it on my big butterflies and my medium butterfly, that's fine because it won't show up. All right, now you can also just take paper towel and you can just blob that around like this, or you can leave it kind of chunky like I did on my original here. Okay, and then we're going to take this darker color. So lift this up, and here we've got the Beyond Blue, much darker. And because we've really got this wet already, it's just going to go right on there like that. And you can leave it just like that, or you can kind of dilute it a little bit by spraying it, and I like to just leave it just like that. And then I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to let this dry for just a minute or two, and then I'm going to take this cardstock out and use it on the other wing. And I do that on all the wings so that I'm not contaminating the rest of it with a darker blue. So That's really fun stuff to use, you guys. I would encourage you to check that out. All right, so let me tell you about the money saver that we have on all of these dies. If you're watching us on our Webisode page at paperwishes.com, just look on the right-hand side and you'll see the money saver bundle that we have, which is great. And we also have, for all the individual products, all the individual dies and everything that was used today, there is also a product used drop-down menu right below the video, and you can click on that and see everything in case you want to shop things individually. I really encourage you to check that out. And if you're watching us on YouTube, there's also a link below the video in the description box. Just click on that and it'll take you to Paper Wishes Webisode page where you can see everything I just said. And if you like the video, consider giving us a thumbs up. It helps people find our channel. And give us a comment. Tell us what you thought about this and other products that you'd like to see. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.